What's up, everyone? And today I'm bringing a deck profile on my Virtual World. Now, Virtual World is a deck that, honestly, I haven't really touched in, I'd probably say, a couple of years. I don't think it's really been too relevant in a couple of years. But it's a fun archetype, pretty cool archetype. It works in a bit of a weird way. Has like its kind of like own unique little twist. But it's definitely a pretty fun deck, I'd say. So make sure to like, subscribe, and let's get right into the video. First, I'll run 3 of the Lulu. So all the virtual worlds have an effect where you can target one virtual world card you control, send one virtual world card of a different type, monster, spell, trap from your deck to your graveyard. And if you do, special summon this card. And some of them have like different iterations of this, but all of them have the effect to where target one virtual card, summon itself, and then you send one of like the opposite type. So for Lulu, when it is summoned, you can special summon one level, or when it's summoned this way, you can add one virtual world card of the third type from your deck to your hand. So let's say you have your continuous spell. You can use Lulu, target the spell, special summon Lulu, then send the trap. Then you can add a virtual world monster. Yeah, when I first tried this deck out, I struggled to comprehend it. I also run 3 GG. GG, same thing. But you will, during the end phase, add a virtual world of the third type. So if you target a spell, you summon this, send a monster, then you can add a trap at the end of the turn. Next, I run 3 Laulau. Laulau is pretty good. Laulau, when it's summoned by this effect, you can special summon a virtual world monster from your grave, which is definitely really good. It can be an easy rank 6, or can get you easy access to a level 9 Synchro. It gives you a lot of access. I will say the one downside to this deck is that it locks you into summoning level 3 or higher, or level 3 rank 3 or higher monsters. So you cannot use links, and they have to be level 2 or higher. Next, I run 3 copies of the virtual world Lily. Lily allows you to essentially send 2. And the last monster I run is Nyan Nyan. Nyan Nyan, if a level 3 virtual world monster, or just if a level 3 monster is normal special summon to your field, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon it as a tuner, but banish it when it leaves the field. Though when it is banished, you can target one of your other banished cards, shuffle it into the deck. So it's a good way to like reuse some of your banished effects. You pretty much play 3 of all the virtual worlds, at least the ones that aren't the Toto. I think that's what it's called, like a yellow one. And you run 2 of that. For hand traps, we run 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, and 3 Nib. Now we're moving on to the spells. We run 3 of the Virtual World City Kowloon. Almost said Kowloon there. This card allows you to place one Virtual World gate from your deck face up in your spell and trap zone. Then you gain additional effects depending on the number of gates you have in your spell and trap zone, which really isn't likely to come up because you don't really want to like have a bunch of gates on the field. If you have 2 all virtual monsters you control, gain 200 attack this turn. 3, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. And 4, special summon up to 4 virtual monsters with different names from your extra deck. So the 4th one is really good if you can get to that, but that's not really likely, and it just makes your deck a lot worse because while it summons virtual world monsters from the extra deck, most of the virtual world monsters outside of Shen Shen just aren't that great. Like, the only virtual world monster we even play is the Shen Shen. I also run 2 Quinlong. Quinlong has all the virtual gates outside of the first one, the continuous ones at least, have effects on the field and in the grave. So for Quinlong, while it's on the field, you can banish the virtual card from your graveyard. Then target one face-up monster on the field and get its effects until the end of the turn. And the engrave effect is the more important one. If it's in the grave, you can banish it to add a virtual monster from your deck to your hand. Then send one card from your hand to the graveyard. So it's definitely really good for getting your like play started. So if you don't really have like all good options, and you can get this sent, it really gets you your plays to extend. Since there are some sidekicks, I think all of them are psychic. No, they're mixed between the tuners are psychic. By the ways, we run 3 of the emergency teleport. Utility is more so for, I'd say, the Lulu or the Nyan Nyan. But overall, utility is just really good. You know, summon a level 3 psychic from your deck. Always has been a good card and probably always will be. Next, I run 3 copies of Pot of Desires. You do want to have some draw power and to get some of the virtual world monsters names in your grave. And you run 3 of almost everything except for Nyan Nyan and the Quinlong, which you run 2, as well as traps. But it doesn't really affect you too much. And most oftentimes you can even do most of your plays before Pot of Desires. Moving on to the traps, we run 2 Chuchi. Chuchi is pretty much the only one you want on the field. You can target 1 face-up monster on the field, shuffle 2 of your banished virtual world cards with different names from each other into the deck, then destroy that card. It's got an additional effect that if it's in the graveyard, you can banish it to increase or decrease its level or rank by 3. I run 1 Zanwu. Zanwu, you can banish it to special summon a virtual world monster from the graveyard, so similar effect to the Nyan Nyan. And lastly, I run 3 Infinite Permanents. Moving on to the extra deck, I run the 1 Shen Shen. Shen Shen is pretty good. Any card sent from the field or field to the graveyard is banished instead, so it's basically a Macrocosmos on field. And it's got an additional effect. Once per turn, when your monster declares an attack, you return 1 of your banished monsters. You return 1 banished monster to its owner's control, or to return it to your opponent's graveyard. And during your main phase, except turn this card is sent to graveyard, you can banish 2 other monsters from your graveyard with different names and different original types, attributes from each other, and spell summon this card. So you're more so just going to use it more so for the macro effect. As far as the other synchros we run the 1 Stardust Charge Warrior, 1 Vermilion Dragon Mech, run 1 Croco Dragon, 1 Slulkin, and 1 Clearing Synchro Dragon. Now for the XYZ monsters, because we only play synchros and XYZs, we run the 1 Cicada King, the 1 Totem Bird. Since we run some ranked 3s, we're also playing Downard. I do run the 1 Ptolemy M7. Definitely a pretty useful card, and the guy again to put on top of the M7. I run 1 Evolzar Lars. Lars is pretty good. It's basically when your opponent activates a card effect, quick effect, you can detach 2 material from this card to negate its effects until the end of the turn. The one downside to Lars, it does have to target, so something like a Prosperity you can't negate, but if it's like a Skill Drain, Skill Drain is not a good example, a field spell, I can negate that. Now next is 1 card, or 2 cards that I haven't seen anybody playing in Virtual World, which I think is a big mistake, and that is Leviathan and the Boss of Eternity. Before you'd make the True King Dragon of all calamities as your rank 9, but I feel like instead of relying on like the synchros, Leviathan, it's just pretty broken. It's a card that really catches most people off guard, and it basically clears your opponent's board, and it's just overall a very strong card. I say Leviathan is probably the strongest rank 9 currently in the game. And lastly, 1 Zeus. That's it for my Virtual World deck. Let me know, what do you think of Virtual World deck? Let me know, what do you think of Virtual World? Do you think it's a pretty cool deck? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye.